Overwatch had a busy BlizzCon. Not only is the hit team-based shooter receiving a new hero, the healer Moira, but we're also getting Blizzard World, a new map that's like Disneyland meets Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo. Jeff Kaplan, Overwatch's game director, made both announcements during BlizzCon's opening ceremonies on November 3rd. That same day, we were able to sit down with him. We learn more about Moira and how Kaplan expects people to play and kill her. We also got to delve into the inspiration for Blizzard World. But our Overwatch talk went beyond the recent announcements. We also asked Kaplan about Mercy, her problematic resurrection abilities, and how Blizzard is trying to fix her. Kaplan also talked about how Blizzard is combating toxicity inside the game. And we defended Hanzo mains, because Hanzo is good and people need to stop being mean to him and the people who love him. GamesBeat Overwatch has a new healer. Jeff Kaplan Moira Odorin, yeah. Don't ask me to spell it. GamesBeat players have been clamoring for a healer. I know these characters are in development far in advance, but did it just happen that this was the next one to come out? Or did it come to a point where players were saying they wanted a healer and maybe you needed to push healer a little faster? Kaplan, we have a pretty good instinct for the game. Our instinct was toward a healer. I felt like there are some cases where we get to a place before the community does. It's funny, because they rage at us and feel like we're out of touch with the game, and we're like, we know. We've been there all along. Moira's been in development for months, way before people were making noises about another healer. We felt like that's what the game needed. GamesBeat, is it fair to say she's more a hybrid healer/attacker, like Zenyatta? Kaplan, what's interesting, when you say hybrid healer, a lot of people get nervous and go, well, then she can't main heal. She can't keep a team up? This character can, especially with the right team comp. On the one hand, her healing that she does is cone-based, similar to Mei's freezing spray. It hits everyone in an area. If you have a group all together, you're doing a lot of healing on all of them. It also leaves a heal over time on them, in addition to just the throughput healing it's doing. But if your comp has someone like a Genji who's always flying in front of everyone, GamesBeat, those Genjis need healing. Kaplan, they need healing, and they'll let you know, 4 times every few seconds. You can send out her biotic grenade. It's a choice, damage or healing. It's awesome with someone like a Genji. You send it bouncing down that hall and Genji knows, if I follow this ball I'll do devastating damage and get healed the whole time. Even though she has a lot of hybrid elements to her through the damage she does, she still can really keep a team topped off. GamesBeat, she has this fade ability, this short teleport. How do you make that feel different from Tracer's blink? Kaplan, you'll see when you try fade out. First of all, it's super fast, but you have full control of your character. It's almost like a mix between Tracer's blink and Reaper's wraith form. Reaper's wraith form is kind of slow and very deliberate. You know where you are and you're in control. With Moira, it's super fast. That player right there was controlling exactly where she went. You go into this phased out version of the world and actually move Moira to her next location. Blink, it's just directional. You point and you'll blink in that direction, but you're not in control of the character while the blink is happening. It's an instant 10-meter teleport in a direction, versus being able to move wherever you want. That's part of the game with her. We're showing a lot of times where she's blinking behind someone, but it's really a great disengage mechanic for a support player. You know when Winston or D.Va jumps in on you, a lot of times you fade, and you can go back around a corner. They're not even expecting. They can't find you after that. GamesBeat, what do you expect to be the counters to Moira? What characters will perform well against her? Kaplan, with all healers, I think D.Va is very powerful. Ironically, I think Ana, with the biotic grenade, GamesBeat, and that new extra damage with her buff. Kaplan, yeah. You counter the healing. Genji is pretty interesting. He can deflect when she throws out the biotic grenade with a decay, the damage version. D.Va can defense matrix that ability. She'll have a lot of counters from people like D.Va, Genji, Ana. They'll all work against her pretty well. GamesBeat, do you think healers are the hardest characters for you to design? Kaplan, I wouldn't say necessarily the hardest. They're a lot of fun for us to design. The challenge with any new hero is, how do you do something different that's unlike the other heroes? Lucio's really that radius based, or a based healer with high mobility.